Hi everybody, so that's my dog. I have tried to film this video so many times at this point and have always gotten stuck either because I end up crying. Can you please not? Either because I end up crying or something, I can't speak, something or someone tries to interrupt me. My dog is right here. I should open my door so y'all can see my bunny, but that's beside the point. I'm sorry about the background because I'm still moving into this house, and I'm sorry that my house tour isn't up yet. It is because I wanted to get this video up first. Sorry, my nail's broken. I wanted to get this video up first before I did my house tour so that I could explain a little bit why I moved, what's going on, and just all of that. So the next thing I have to say is this video isn't going to be very, what is the word I'm looking for? Cohesive. It's gonna be kind of all over the place. It's something that's really hard for me to talk about. So just bear with me while I'm talking about it. I'm also putting this out there by choice. So I know that a lot of people are gonna have things to say about it, I know, but I also know that there's other people in my situation who are going through or have gone through the same situation and have felt like they have had nobody to talk to, just like I have, but also that this is my diary and this is a way for me to get things off my chest and just kind of talk about them freely. So first, I'm doing this for myself, for grieving purposes and other purposes, and for you guys watching who are going through the same situation and need somebody to talk to, because I am here and I'm sorry that my eyes are all wacko. So for the past, I'm gonna start at the beginning. This video is probably gonna be really long. But for the past year, I would say, I had been in a very abusive relationship, and that's hard for me to say because it's hard for me to admit, knowing that my mom was in an abusive relationship and other people that I know, that I allowed myself to be in a similar situation. And I know I literally had somebody, you could just see her little head, how cute. I literally had somebody, hello puppies, hello. Hi mamas. Okay, anyways, back to my story. I had somebody say to me, well, can't you just leave? And that's gonna be what I want to address first. And you can't if you're in a relationship where you are held by fear, held captive by fear. So I want to talk about, I'm gonna have another video coming out about 10 signs you should look for in abusive relationships before getting into them. So the 10 red flags, that will be another video coming out. I'm just gonna talk about this story and the events that led up to me leaving and moving and so on and so forth. So around the 3-month dating mark was the very first time anything had happened. We had argued before this, but it was nothing bad. But around 3 months, we had gone to a party and both had gotten intoxicated, and I am not putting full blame on him for this because I was also intoxicated and I probably did say some things that I should have said, but I never, no matter what I said, put my hands on him, nor would I ever put my hands, I'm sorry, she's just playing with herself over there. Hey, no more, no. Would I ever put my hands on somebody that I loved or cared about? I just wouldn't do it. So we had gotten into an argument, and he just, when he got mad, turned into a person that I didn't know. And that's another thing about, stop, bub, she has allergies, like I said. Come here. No, ma'am. Just turned into somebody that I didn't know and that I didn't recognize, and he had hit me that night, and then also had broken a bunch of our belongings, and pushed me into a coffee table, and a glass coffee table, and broke the coffee table. And that was the first event, and at that moment I thought I was going to leave. I was ready to leave. I had packed my stuff and I was gonna go. He had apologized. Oh my goodness, you cannot be back there doing that. Come here, so I can pet you right here. He had apologized and I had forgiven him. Because we were both drunk and it wasn't 100% his fault. Also, she's helping me be distracted and not cry, so I'm sorry if she's annoying you. Anyways, so that was the first event, and a couple months went by and things progressively got worse and worse and worse, and he would say very degrading things to me and very mean things to me, and we would just argue a lot, and so things got super bad. And then around the holidays, which I want to say was 7 and 8 months being together, we had moved in to a new apartment together, and again things just got progressively worse, and the cops had been called probably 15 to 20 times within just that time period. But when we moved into the new apartment together, things got way worse. He would take my phone so I couldn't, hey pippies, take my phone so I couldn't, I know, he's sad, I know, so I couldn't call the cops, and push me into things and try to control the things that I would do. And he had locked me. Look how cute you are. Oh no, you don't lick. You're just cute. Would push me into things and threw things at me and threw boxes at me and just called me all the names under the sun, and things just kept getting worse. We had in February a vacation planned to go to LA, and we did go, and he threatened to leave me up to going to LA, all like months going. He kept telling me that he didn't want to go anymore, that he didn't want to go on vacation with me, he would never want to go on vacation with me, blah blah blah. We did end up going, and then when we got there he told me he was gonna leave me there, and we just didn't have a good time. It was my first vacation ever, and it just wasn't a good time. Then when we got back was when things got really bad, and we would fight every single day, and things got super physical. He had punched me in the face, had hit me multiple times, but the things that pushed me to leave, because I never got to tell anybody these kinds of things, I never told anybody just because that's my bunny. My family would probably freak out. So I never really had anybody to talk to, and I didn't feel safe because I didn't have any friends, and when I tried to get friends, he called me desperate and told me that I wasn't worth having any friends, and that I was embarrassing to him because I didn't already have friends. But I had just isolated myself from the friends that I did have to be with him. And if I told anybody, if I vented to anybody about him, again, just called me pathetic and told me that he doesn't need anybody to talk to, and he's this and he's that, and just all of those things. Stop. I know your face itches, but stop. I don't want to go. At least don't do it in the video, please. She's gonna start doing it again. Honey, stop, baby. Oh, I feel so bad. She needs another pill, but I'll give it to her as soon as the video is done. Can you not? Right there, please. Thank you. You're still in the background. Sorry, there's just, it's hectic. So he would always always tell me that I was desperate and all that things. But what had pushed me to leave is he began to make me fear for my life. It used to be he would only get mad at me when he was drunk, and we would only fight when he was drunk. And then it was when he was sober, and then it got so bad where he would make me fear for my life. And then if I wasn't fearing for my life, I was fearing for his, and that he was gonna kill himself or hurt himself or something of the sort. And I couldn't do it anymore because I genuinely feared for my life. So that is kind of the not detailed story with a little bit of details, just because I don't want to go into them fully for pending reasons and other reasons, but I will at a later date. And then the second reason I am doing this now is because I want you guys to be able to talk to somebody if you're going through this now, if you're going through this in the future, if you're going through this ever. I just want you to be able to talk to somebody. So I wanted to make this video and put it up as soon as possible to give those who have been through, are going through, who might in the future go through something similar and need somebody to talk to because they feel like they have nobody. Again, like I said, I'm gonna make the 10 reasons video that you should look for it so you can prevent it. But I know that it does happen, and I know that it is a lot more common than people talk about. I know that it is something hard to get out of, so if you need help, my Instagram and my email will be linked below, and you can just DM me on anything. My bunny's making noise. And I will help, and because I know the struggle, I know what it takes to get out of a place like that. I know the kind of hurt you feel, and I really just don't wish that upon anybody ever. So again, thank you all for watching. I'm sorry this video isn't super detailed because of personal reasons that I can't as of yet, but I just want you to know that I am here, other people are here, and your friends and family do love you and will help you if you need it. But if you feel like you can't reach out to them, and if you feel like you have to help yourself in some other way, please reach out to me, and there's multiple other resources for you to get in touch with. So thank you again all for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.